Hi, thank you for joining me again. I've already done the meditation for this channel here. And today I kind of like just want to focus on messages from our archangels and from our ancestral lineage. You know, seeing what questions, seeing what things that the archangels and our ancestral lineage might have for us. Excuse me. To assist us, like for right now, for inquiries that we have for right now. And also, like if you're having problems in your relationship, or if you've been having the same patterns, you know, connecting with the same sign and or doing the same thing over in your relationship, this has a lot to do with past lives that we've lived. And we just want to get some messages from the ancestors and archangels and our past selves to see how can we heal ourselves today, and what are some of the hidden things that we can address today. So let's see. So first here, okay, the ancestors are letting us know that this is a past life relationship. Okay, now you've known each other. Everybody knows what a past life relationship is, and if you don't, this is a situation where this either can be a soulmate situation, or the person that you with, you probably like felt like you've known him. You probably didn't have the words for it verbatim, but you've known each other before. To sum it up, it says pay attention to the red flags. Okay, the signs are cautioning you. Spirit is telling me that my collective here, someone here, is these red flags is in the closet, just popped out. So let's go ahead and see what other messages. There's an engagement. Okay, there wouldn't be any red flags to any engagement. Okay. On the flip side of that, you know, paying attention to the red flags. Some of the energies here, you know, you're in a love life. I mean, you're in a love situation where it's ascending to a higher level of communication. However, on the flip side of that, the red flags could be a lack of communication. And with the lack of communication, you know, some of the questions that you might have is what is being hidden. So this could be the one. For some of you, you've already met the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And for some of you, you have red flags that you need to start taking caution to. Also, the ancestors are telling you to free yourself, okay? It's time to take back control of your life. Okay, so what I'm picking up here is that although you have found the person that you are with, also you need to take back control of your life. Don't lose like 100% of yourself within this relationship or this engagement or this past life relationship. In your past life, you know, or your past relationships, you've probably given so much of yourself to where you lost yourself. So now it's time for you to free yourself. You can't have the best of both worlds. Spirit and your ancestors are telling you you can't have the best of both worlds, such as love and finances and things of that nature. I'm picking up conditioned understanding with the way of things like religion. Okay, so you might have to reassess certain things that you have as far as what you were taught in your religion when it comes to money, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship, things of that nature. However, Spirit says there is passion. Some of you are receiving passion in your relationship, and some of you are not allowing passion to enter in. And the ancestors are saying allow the passion to enter in. And normally if this passion card comes up and it's telling you to allow it, something in your past life had you to where you hardened your heart, to where you were like an inner sustainer. You know, I I said it. Religious factors. Okay. Okay. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual paths. So, at this moment in time in this life, whatever you were, you need to renounce. Um, maybe in your past life you probably had something like made vows or something like that, to where you was like, well, I'm gonna be a nun. You probably was a nun if you are a female, or you probably were like a what you call it, a monk, if you were a monk in your past life. Then of course, you made religious vows to a certain thing. I'm also picking up someone that kind of like likes to be alone, not just so much as in hermit mode, but in solitude type thing. And these are the things that monks and nuns would kind of like have done in a past life. And these are some of the things. Some of the things that you would have done. So it says, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So again, all right, the conflict, there may be some sort of conflict here when it comes to your love life that you're having in this lifetime, because of what you experienced or what you made a vow to in your past life. Even in another relationship, I'm picking up somebody here probably told somebody that I'm going to love you for infinity. Okay, so stay optimistic about your new love life. Stay present, spirit is telling me. Okay, let's get a message here for the empaths. Message does your ancestral lineage have for you for the empath collective today? Okay. The card that popped out here, it says release shame and guilt. I'm sorry, release shame. Okay, guilt. It just popped out. Okay. Okay, if you've been shamed for being sensitive or anything else, spirit is telling me that if you're practicing like spiritual other than religion, okay, the religious factor, your soulmate is perhaps looking at you, or like maybe you're weird, you're crazy, and I'm picking up someone maybe is like what is that word for it? Protestant, okay? For being sensitive or anything else, tell yourself, I'm ready to release this shame. I am lovable. I am a lovable, caring person. Just as I said earlier, release the shame. Release whatever it is, whatever pain, remorse, resentment that you may be feeling, and today doctors would call that like anxiety or depression or things of that nature. And if you're an empath, you'll probably feel certain ways just for no reason. So you have to connect with the thought that this is your past life that needs closure, or an event that happened in our past life that could use some closure. Also, the ancestors is saying, find your purpose right now. Okay, and for some of you, finding your purpose mean being generational curse breakers, being the people that stop patterns that triculate down into generation after generation. Okay, so when you feel like you don't fit into this world, remember that you're here to help create a better one. Your tender heart is a treasure. So if you're also, what the spirit is telling me to say to you is that if you're feeling as though you do not fit in, a lot of you have it's 7-Eleven right now. A lot of you have, what is that? It starts Atlantis. You come from Atlantis, and this is probably your first time here. as the opposite sex. Okay, so in other words, you're having a last time you were here, you were probably here as a male. Okay, so now you're probably here as a feminine, and not that you're like a tone, not a tomboy, because you might. I'm picking up tomboy. Spirit is saying tomboy, but you're not a stud, and you haven't like 100% embraced your feminine side. But at this point in your spiritual practice, you're learning to balance your divine and feminine energy. So, Spirit is also telling you to tap in to spiritual power, okay? Which is what you're doing. This is just a confirmation of what's being done right now. And Spirit is also saying make peace with uncertainty. Okay, so the best thing to do when you're tapping into your spiritual power, reach out to a greater power than yourself to help, just to help solve a dilemma. Okay, because a lot of times we get caught up in trying to solve things on our own. That goes a lot with that past life thing where you kind of like shut down. Spirit told me something about community living, which has a lot to do with how you are. It has something to do with money. Money is popping up right now. Spirit is saying continue to stay open, okay, to the spiritual guidance that you're receiving right now. Also, Spirit said make peace with uncertainty. So again, with these past lives, it's affecting your current life and your current relationship, your current money, your current situations. It may take a while to find. It might have took you a while. Like if you're having problems in your current life, like where your money's going up and down, you may be in a relationship for a little while, and then oh, I think I found the one, da 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 da, and then for some reason or another they ghosted you. Okay, so and then you were probably in another instance where you were probably in a situation where it took you a long time to find clarity about this particular person or the situation. So you were being patient about the whole thing. I'm picking up Leo, Aries, Aquarius, Cancer, Taurus, and Gemini. Know that the invisible forces or healing forces, or the healing forces are at work. Okay. Last one from this empath empowerment. It says options are the lowest form of knowledge. Options are the lowest forms of knowledge. So I'm picking up a two-side reading for this, a two-energy reading for this, and for you, for the masculine energies. I'm sorry, not options, but opinions. Opinions are the lowest form of knowledge. Opinions are the lowest forms of knowledge. So for the masculines, I'm picking up that you're being persuaded by deceptive people that you've looked up to your whole life. Feminine energy, I'm picking up that you have grown to go within and find instead of an opinion, you decided to go within and find an inner answer, like a divine solution. Make peace with whatever situation that's going on, the ancestors are telling me right now. Because, not just because the other person isn't hurting or whatever. You know how they always say, like, oh, well, you the one mad, the other people not mad. Okay, make peace with the situation, because you not only heal yourself, but you heal lineages within yourself. Like, making peace and forgiveness is like one of the highest things, gifts you can give. We can like give ourselves. Okay, and Archangel Michael is here guarding you through this journey. I'm hearing your loved ones are protected. Your home is protected. Okay. In your past life, someone here was a medicine woman or a medicine man. So if you're feeling like, you know, say for instance, right, you are somebody that, not that you have something against doctors or anything like that, you just naturally, innately know how to heal yourself. So in your past life, you were a healer. Somewhere along the way, something was taken from you. And I'm sensing by some authoritative figure that brought on this food and hunger. Okay, in the past life, like you were an authoritative figure. Spirit is telling me to say, take this as this resonate, because this isn't going to resonate for everybody. You were an authority figure. Also, if you are a male right now, if you're female right now, during this reading, you wouldn't have, you would have been a man. In your previous and current lifetimes, you followed rules that were set down by authority figures such as parents and teachers. You may have also encouraged, intimidated, or even cruel authority figures in the past. Okay, so perhaps you found yourself like in the presence of those who are power hungry or abusive. So that may be your situation right now, where you're around people who are very power hungry. And in a past life, this was like a situation, you know, that can have you like fearing authority, or, you know, succumb to people that's succumb to their will, so to speak. And that's like right now. And I spoke of this this monk and non-energy. Spirit popped this card out. So Spirit is telling me that you know, for being a medicine woman or a medicine man in your past life, you were looked at as like a witch doctor or a root doctor. Another energy that I'm getting is someone tricked you out of this information and started using your information for bad. That's what. And I'm not sure. Spirit is telling me it was this authority figure. So I'm also picking up an indigenous, as well as Native American. In your past, these are past life energies. So like for example, you probably like feel like you know, even right now you probably feel like you gotta bow down, um or you know, feel pressure to another person's rules without standing up for your rights. Or you may have developed like this conflict phobias in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments or disharmony. Like this may be like, what happens is it leads to depression. Okay, so, and with this food and hunger card, spirit is telling me that in your past life you didn't have enough. Like you didn't have enough to eat. So in this carnation, whoever you are, you eat too much. You it's like you suffice. You hoard food, okay? You may have an eating disorder issue because you associate your eating with you associate. There go this card again, high priest or priestess. Thank you, ancestors. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of this. You know, you probably, you know, and I said that the galactic. So when you're in fear, you associate that wrong. You eat, okay? Just in short. And this doesn't just apply to food. Sometimes it apply to people, you know, where you don't drink as much water. And like right now, if you don't drink a lot of water, well, in your past life, you know, there was a water shortage, and that was like a fear of drinking too much water. So spirit is saying hydrate yourself now. Somebody needs to drink some water. And spirit is also saying to understand that the past is over and it will not repeat itself. So also let those fears of depravity go. Let it fade away. Okay. This came up too. Also, here we go. Spirit is telling me with this monk or nun card in your past life. See, this is the main thing right here. See this. See these two right here? Someone took this away from you. Someone took your healing ability, your healing power away from you. And in a sense, that was a conversion that went on. And I'm just picking up a past life where these people came, and I'm picking up horses, and I'm picking up raids, and for a long time, like 7 years maybe. And throughout the 7 years, that was perhaps a conversion. You know, this is where you took this oath or this pact somewhere, and it's affecting your relationship today in this incarnation. Okay. This card flipped over. Yeah. See, it's causing this karmic relationship because it's biblical. So I thank you, Spirit. Spirit is telling me at this time to tell you that if you are somebody that feel like if you're someone that has a tendency like to isolate yourself from others, or you feel more comfortable when you're by yourself. And sometimes people may even call you, man, you act like a monk, you act like a nun. You know what I'm saying? You always to yourself, you always, so I don't know why I'm picking up like a sad, like I'm picking up very sad, sad energy, crying. You might want to consider having a, Spirit is telling me to unite you. If you have not done a past life regression, you need to do one ASAP. And this one particular vow that was made here when you was this monk or nun in your past life, let's grant everyone the right to cross over. Let's take a moment and forgive our past selves and release all of that pain. All of that pain. Let's let that go. Because I feel so much pain. Like, this vow that you made in that past life. Okay. This may be a fourth or fifth past life. Okay. Spirit is telling me it's affecting your finances. If you took a vow of poverty, which this is what monks do, okay? And monks and nuns, they take vows of poverty. And which could be connected to like a chastity. This can impact your romantic, like your incarnated love life right now. Or if you have like self-denial and it causes you to feel undeserving or fearful of abundance, like you have this bad thing about money, okay? So what happens is it brings this thing, it resurfaces this vow. And the best way to do it is you have to sever. You can sever this. You can cut this cord right now by saying, I hereby sever and release any vows that are self-destructive in all directions of time for everyone involved. Okay? And I don't want to stay too much on that energy because I'm picking up 1500, 14, 13, 13, 14, 1500. Sursa, the time that you were here. Okay, some of you that are here, you may already know that you were like a high priest or a high priestess. And not just in one lifetime, but multiple lifetimes, Spirit is telling me. And most people who have held like the roles have a conscious sense of, you know about it. Like you just know, you've already retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which is like if you're here in this card here, you already know you are supposed to be, putting whatever spiritual knowledge that you had into greater practice. It's time for it right now to reignite your spiritual power. Okay, so you know this, you feel this, and you don't know where it come from, but like, okay, you probably came up Pentecostal or Baptist. And for some of you here, Spirit is telling me, you have the galactic card here. Spirit is telling me that for some of you, this is your first time on this planet. Okay? So if you feel like, oh man, I feel like an alien, oh, like dang, I just do not fit in, you know, like you don't belong, like earthly customs, you know, like you're not into marriage, you're not into parenthood, it just don't seem right to you, you know, you probably don't even participate in it. I'm picking up somebody that do have a child and really wish that they could be like a masculine wanting to practice what we would call taboo relations, okay? Because you're confused about how things go right now in this incarnation. You probably see people as like violent, you know what I'm saying? You probably are somebody that like science fiction conventions, you know, you do scuba diving trips, or you're into Reiki healing, you know, just different things, not worldly things. Your compassion, how you feel, you know, you probably, when you go around, you probably lighten up the energy in the room. And that's for some of you here. You also may find like a relationship, you know, like, oh man, I just, you probably feel like it's something crazy almost, okay? You try it and you try it. Spirit is telling me that you try it and it's like you just, okay, I got it, but I don't got it. Okay, so when this card pops up, lessons and blessings, okay, this is something that you are, the situation that you are currently experiencing is a result of prior lifetimes. So if you're out of work right now, or you just recently been scapegoated, you know, or you just, it just means that you have learned important lessons, which are, just be happy because you won't be doing it again, okay? Spirit is also telling me that you've learned these important lessons, which are bringing blessings to your present lifetime. In other words, you know how to turn lemons into lemonade. Like, you're just this resilient person. And if it was bad memories, you turned it into like growing experiences, Spirit is telling me. And this is what you did then. So whatever lessons that you had, I'm also picking up, Spirit is telling me, one side of the ancestors were slaves, were enslaved. The other side of your lineage, ancestral lineage, was not enslaved.